Hello, Internet. It is Adam Malik Aaron. Welcome back to my holiday 2019 box office predictions. And today we're talking about Uncut Gems. We're going to go over the pros and cons of Uncut Gems. So let's get to it. Pros. Well, actually, this is a pro slash con because a couple of these aren't exactly going to be like a black and white situation. It's going to be a bit of gray area. But yeah, the first pro slash con is Adam Sandler himself. Now, y'all probably know who Adam Sandler is. He was most famous for his comedies. He started with Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, and The Wedding Singer. He really hit the big time with The Waterboy and Big Daddy. Like, those were huge for him. And then he kind of hit a bit of a rough patch with Little Nicky. But after that, it was like hit after hit after hit after hit. Like he had the Mr. Deeds, I think, Anger Management, 51st Dates, Longest Yard remake, Click. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. I now You Don't Mess with the Zohan. What else after that? Bedtime Stories. Grown Ups. That there it is. Grown Ups. Just Go with It. Then he had some duds like Jack and Jill and That's My Boy. But he at least but he did have a hit with Grown Ups too. But he at least has the Hotel Transylvania movies. Those are extremely popular. But the thing is, none of that really matters because this is not a family movie. This is not a comedy, really. It could be like a dark comedy, but it's definitely not like a mainstream comedy. Like, it's a bit more dramatic. And that's where we get to like the next point, the next pro slash con is that some of you may not know this. You may think Adam Sandler only does comedies. Well, you're wrong, because he also does a bit of dramatic work. He's done movies like Punch Drunk Love, Rain on Me, I think, Funny People. And while those movies didn't do great financially, a lot of people say like he was great in them. So I think the problem is that, whenever Sandler does dramatic work, nobody pays attention. But when he does comedic work, everyone pays attention. But I think that's going to be different here. Because, Ab Sandler, he hasn't been in a movie, like, up on the big screen since Pixels. Like, from 2015. And that movie was terrible. It did bad. And it kind of killed his career for a little bit. But now, like, it's been 4 years since that, and like the fact that he looks just so different, he acts so different in this movie, it got a lot of attention. I remember people were just like, "Wow, like this is Adam Sandler, like that's crazy," because it's so different from what you're used to with Adam Sandler, and I think that can definitely help this movie. And also, what's gonna help is the reviews. They're very strong. So like a 93%. So, this movie wants some awards attention, just like Little Women. And I think it could get it, especially for Adam Sandler's, performance. I think it could get an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. I think he can get it. I think. Because the award season's been quite cutthroat this year. But I think this has a chance. And the final pro, this is a real pro this time, is it was a limited release like 2 weeks ago, and it did very strong. Like it opened to like 500,000 in like just 5 theaters, which gives it a per theater average of 100K, second biggest of the year. And despite Star Wars being in the market last weekend, it still did decent. Like if only had like a 48K, which is still strong. So it's made over $1 million in just 5 theaters, which is fantastic. So that gives it like a good, enough, like, how do I say this? It gives it momentum. Like this movie will have enough momentum to really, do well on Christmas Day and for the rest of Christmas weekend. So that's like, well, that's the only real pro, like that in the reviews. And again, like with the pro slash cons, Adam Sandler, like recently, like with Jack and Jill, that movie was god awful, and then That's My Boy just outright bombed, and then he got Blended. Nobody saw Blended either, and then Pixels. Like those movies did some damage to his career. And then he had those Netflix movies like The Ridiculous Six, like which everyone thought was just atrocious. And then people were just like, you know what, Adam Sandler, I'm done with you. I don't want to deal with you anymore. I'm done with your crap films. But, again, like this movie did, cause, it raised a lot of eyebrows. They're just like, oh, this is different. This is kind of new. I like this. I forgot to mention the advertisements. I've been seeing a decent amount of advertisements for this movie, which, it definitely helps. Definitely helps get the word out there that this movie, is there, that it's happening, that it's coming out on Christmas. So, and, I just thought of another con. This movie, like, I don't know, like, this doesn't feel like a Christmas movie. It really doesn't at all. But granted, like, in years past, you had movies like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, or Django Unchained, or Wolf of Wall Street. None of those were Christmas movies at all, but they still did pretty good. So, yeah, the whole Christmas release date can either be a pro or con with this movie. But I think it'll lean a bit more towards pro. Because, adult audiences, since Bombshell just didn't really connect with a whole lot of people, this could connect with more people. Because it's not based off like a real subject matter. It's not based off like sexual harassment or anything. The type of stuff that makes people just not want to see it. Because no one wants to be reminded of the real world. This really isn't based off the real world. It's a bit of escapism. So that will help this. But yeah, overall, this movie's kind of, predicting this is kind of impossible because it's going wide on Christmas Day. I don't know how many people are interested in this. So, I'm going to say for the 5-day weekend, because again, Christmas on Wednesday, I'm going to say 15 million for the 5-day weekend, and for the 3-day weekend, about 7 or 8 million. That's what I think, at least. I think it'll do very well for A24, because A24, they've been really building up a reputation, very successfully these past few years, and, they're becoming quite a big deal. Well, not the biggest deal, but they're still, they're definitely, growing. You can't deny that. So, yeah, that's my prediction for Uncut Gems. Again, just like these 3 movies here, I have no idea what any of them are going to do. I feel like my predictions are going to be wrong on all of them. They're either going to do better or worse. I don't know. But, yeah, that's it for 2019. Yay! Thank God. I was getting sick and tired of covering 3 movies a week. Every week. It was nuts. And it was exhausting. But at least, I'll have a bit of a break. And then I only have to talk about one movie, The Grudge. And then after that, I got to talk about all these. For some reason. And then these, and then these, and then these. And the next time after The Grudge, the next time I'll only have to talk about one movie will be Birds of Prey. So, yeah, Hollywood just really wants to just load up the schedule. And I get why. You need more movies in the market, so the market is more profitable. There's more money to be made. I get it, but for me, it's exhausting. Because most of these movies I just don't care about at all. So, I don't like that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. I'm going to check out some of my other predictions. I have a Holiday 2019 playlist on the homepage. Go check that out. And yeah, that's it. And I am out.